PK/PD modeling and simulation is an essential part of the drug development process. Phoenix Connect is a solution for building PK/PD analysis workflows that integrates the Phoenix platform with third-party tools such as NONMEM, SAS, and R. Although Phoenix workflows can easily create many tables, listings, and figures, PK/PD scientists say that they spend too much time manually transferring these outputs into reports. In addition to being tedious, this process also runs the risk of introducing errors when copying items into Word documents. Certara's Phoenix Connect has a newly developed reporter object that addresses these problems. Today we will take a look at how the reporter object can improve your scientists' efficiency so that they can concentrate on the science. Using the reporter tool in Phoenix Connect, you can generate a report that assembles tables, figures, and listings from your Phoenix project into a formatted Microsoft Word file. The captions for your tables, figures, and listings are automatically numbered in the report, and your captions can include data obtained automatically from spreadsheet columns. Let's see how easy it is to create a report using Phoenix Connect. Here we have a project that was created previously, which contains several plots and tables. You can find the reporter object on the workflow toolbar. Because I have a small screen for this demo, I have to expand the toolbar to see it. Let's click on the icon for the reporter object to insert it into the workflow. And the reporter object appears on the workflow diagram. Let's drag it to an appropriate place. Let's look at the reporter object by clicking it on the object browser tree. To add tables, listings, and/or figures to the report, click on the Add Content button. You can select output from objects throughout your project. Let's expand the workflow to select the items to be included. All the workflow items we are going to use are in the Reports section of the workflow. Now that the objects we want to use are selected, press OK to insert them into the report. Now you can see that the 6 items we selected have been added to the list of content for the report. Let's look at the first item in the report. The plot appears in the preview pane. We can add a caption to this plot. Just type in the text you want to use for the caption of this plot. Rather than typing specific values into the caption box, you can use column tags, which look up the values found in the columns of data that were used to create the plot. Let's add the dose and dose unit using column tags. We will add the dose to the caption by double-clicking the dose tag on the list. This inserts a tag that will look up the values of the dose used in the column and report them in the caption. Let's also add the unit for the dose column to the caption. Double-click on the dose column unit, and now you can see the tag for the dose unit has also been added. Let's generate the first version of our report by clicking the Execute button. Let's see how our first figure looks in the report. Clicking this button will open the report in Microsoft Word. Here we can see the caption that we entered for the first figure as viewed in Microsoft Word. It has automatically been numbered Figure 1. It has added a list of the doses that were found in the dose column, and it has used the correct dose unit. Frequently used captions can be saved to a menu. Let's save this caption and then see how we can reuse it. Because we have not yet saved any captions, the list is blank. Our caption text is shown at the bottom of the dialog. Let's save it. Our caption is now saved to the list. And now let's go to the next table and reuse that caption. The list of items in the report can be found on the Setup tab. Let's select the second item from the list, a table. Before we create the caption, let's take a brief look at the source table object. Here is a view of the table object that was created previously. Notice that in this table, the page break on row stratification setting is turned on. Because the dose column is used as a row stratification, this will result in 3 separate tables being added to the report. Here you can see the first table and part of a second. To save us some typing, let's reuse the caption we saved earlier. We can still modify the text. To see what effect our changes had, we will execute the report object again. And once again, we will view the report in Microsoft Word. In the report, you can see the first 2 tables, each with an automatically generated caption. Note that each caption has the correct dose, because we use column tags in the caption header for both the dose and the unit. And here you can see the third table with the results for the dose of 10 milligrams per kilogram. Using the same method as before, for the next figure I have already entered a caption that utilizes column tags for the biological matrix, species, administration route, dosing amount and unit, and the study day. And here is what the caption looks like in the report. You can see all the information that was inserted from the column tags. In addition to being easier than typing the caption manually, it also is accurate because the values were extracted from the source spreadsheet. This not only saves time, but also reduces errors in reports. The next object in the report is a paged plot, where each dose group appears on a separate page. You are looking at the source object for that plot. Page 1 has the plot for the 5 milligram per kilogram dose group. The second page has the 7.5 milligrams per kilogram dose group. And the third page of the plot has the 10 milligram per kilogram dose group. And now we are back in the reporter object, and we are viewing the same plot we just saw. Let's use a saved caption for this plot. Now that we've updated the caption, let's update the report. And open the report in Microsoft Word. Here is what the figure looks like in the report. Note that the correct caption was generated automatically for each of the 3 plots. This plot is for the 5 milligram per kilogram dose group. Here's the second page of this plot in the report for the 7.5 milligram per kilogram dose group. And the third page has the 10 milligram per kilogram dose group. Next, we will see how we can change the page orientation in the middle of a report. Here is a table that is very wide. Let's take a look at the resulting report. And here you can see what happens to our wide table. It had to be split into 2 parts to fit on the page. We can fix this quite easily. First, we will append a section page break. And then we can drag the section header to a desired location in the report. Let's set the orientation of this section to landscape. We can then update the report and view it the same way as before. And now notice how this figure fits on the wider page afforded by the landscape orientation, and the table does not need to be split. You can also see how the previous pages are in a portrait orientation. Finally, footnotes can also be added by typing text, but we can also use contextual footnotes, which will be added below the table wherever a code appears. Note that the code NS appears in the table. We can add a footnote that explains this code automatically whenever it appears. Here's how to do it. Click the Add button for contextual footnotes. Let's enter one for the abbreviation NS. First, enter the abbreviation text, and then enter the text that will appear in the footnote. When we click the Save button, the footnote will appear as an option. To use this abbreviation we just defined, turn on the checkbox. Execute the reporter object to update the report. Table 7 is the one with the NS codes in it. you will see that the footnote for NS appears beneath the table in the report. Tables 8 and 9 in the report do not have the NS footnote beneath them because there is no NS code in them. This concludes the demo of the Reporter object in Phoenix Connect. We hope that you find it saves you significant time and effort in creating reports, and that the automated captions and footnotes make it easier to ensure that those reports are accurately labeled.